This is hands down the most exciting episode on the Soarer. This is the episode I have been waiting for the longest. It's been 6 months in the making. Today, we're gonna be wrapping the Soarer one solid color. Now, there's a few major reasons why I went with wrap over paint. First one being that this is a drift car and it's gonna get bashed on. This thing's gonna get beat up. I plan to run doors. I plan to progress in this car. And with paint, as you guys may know, it's a lot harder to preserve your car and keep it clean. With wrap, you damage a panel, you need to fix it, you need to Bondo it, let's say. You just pull off the wrap, Bondo it, rewrap it, call it a day. If you go a specialty color, there's color match involved into it. You gotta prep it, the whole paint process. There's just too much variance with paint compared to wrap. Now, reason number two, and probably the main reason why I chose wrap, to be honest with you guys, is the color. For the Soarer, this is kind of an unusual color, and I know some of you guys are gonna have mixed opinions on it. We're going matte gunmetal. Now, I know you guys are probably like, why did he pick the most bland and boring color possible? To me, I absolutely love this color. I love how stealth this color looks. I love when people do aggressive builds with this color. And from the get-go, with the Soarer, if you guys have been keeping up with the build, you guys would know that we pumped the front fenders 2 inches, we pumped the rear fenders a total of 4 inches from stock. This thing is gonna be stupid wide. Like, it's gonna be very, very aggressive looking for being, you know, a bubbly Soarer. And I thought, you know what, the best color, I knew this from the start, would be matte. That's the color we're going with. Let me know what you guys think about the color. I know it's kind of unexpected. I want to see if you guys saw it coming. If you guys did, let me know in the comments down below. Without further ado though, let's get into wrapping this thing. One coat of Bondo only. I literally welded it up, sanded it flat, and then just threw 1 layer of body filler on, shaped it best as I can with a DA, and called it a day. All right, as you guys know by now, we are wrapping the Soarer. Now, this process took so much longer than I originally anticipated. A lot of the prep work wasn't done beforehand. A lot of the prep work was just done throughout the process of wrap. So the whole Soarer took me like a good 2 months to completely wrap. And that's why this EP is coming out so much later than I originally anticipated. As you guys will see later on in the video too, we found out a few more problems that are wrong with this car that also held back this EP and just getting the car back on the road in general. I am super pumped on how it turned out, but I will say wrapping is definitely not for the weak. Wrapping the Soarer took all my energy away from me. Yep. Now, for the positives of wrap, as someone that's always had painted cars, and this being the first car I've ever wrapped, I think it is super cool that you can wrap a car panel by panel on your own time. When it comes to painting, you kind of have to get a whole batch ready and then spray it. If you do multiple batches, you have a higher chance of colors that don't match. With wrap, you just wrap a panel whenever you have time, come back to it, wrap another panel, and it always matches. The time has officially come. It is time that we wrap the final piece on the Soarer. Up to this point, you guys have obviously seen the process of this thing getting wrapped. It's been a long 3 weeks wrapping this thing. I know it does not seem like it's been 3 weeks. I did not spend full days wrapping this thing. I would just spend days after work trying to get this thing done. The only thing I have left to wrap is that roof. And before sunset, it's currently 7:44. I hope to have this roof completely wrapped up, marking the final piece of the Soarer getting wrapped. Can't wait to start assembling this thing, getting the kit fully on, doing the little other bits that I have in the back, buttoning up this car exterior wise and getting it finalized for the official version 2 and revealing it and freaking driving this thing, dude. I haven't hit an event in this thing since I think last October in Medford. I did not realize how long it was. I was looking at my YouTube channel and the last video I posted of this thing was like 7 months ago of actually driving. So I don't know, I'm just pumped to be back in it. I'm pumped to be back in a JZ car going sideways and just having something that I can, I don't know, grab the keys and just go run track days on. So I just want to keep this clear and keep it real with you guys. The body work I did on these fenders and over fenders got completely thrashed the second sun hit them. I'm low-key mad about this because I spent so much hours doing body work on both the front fenders and the rear over fenders. But as soon as the sun hit them with the wrap and got some heat on them, they just freaking, the Bondo started bubbling, it started shrinking. I had a ton of shrink back on both the Bondo and the primer, and it just revealed everything wrong with my body work. So I'm gonna show you guys this right here. Now, I don't know how well it's gonna pick up on camera. Oh, you could definitely see it. You guys see all this shrink back right here? Yeah, I could literally tell you exactly where this thing was welded. You can see like all the little spot weld marks right there, and all those were body filled. So I don't know why it shrunk back to that much. These were smooth, especially like on the welds. You did not see any exposed welds, but very thin layer of Bondo ended up shrinking back and just revealing everything I did wrong. I mean, even right here I can tell you exactly where the Bondo ends. Just a little spot right here. It just, this color is not working to my favor. Same thing on the overs. Overs are super marshmallowy. I'm not going to show you guys now. You guys can see it once the car is done, but pretty big bummer on that. I'm not too stoked about that, but it is what it is. You can open up your side. You're good. I don't think these wheels are gonna work, bro. Yup, you heard me right. After spending probably 20 hours on those over fenders to get them to sit 2 inches wider to fit up those works, those wheels are still poking out a good ½ inch on one side. Now, doing custom over fenders like that, you're going to run into the issue where it's hard to get both sides to be the exact same width, especially when you don't have like a jig or anything to base it off of. All I did was just set screw a metal flare, and well, I paid the consequences. One over fender is more sunken in than the other, which means less clearance, which leads to not being able to run an aggressive wide wheel. So, kind of played myself there. It sucks to suck, but time will tell to see what we do about it. Now, outside of wrap, insulation was a whole another problem of its own. When running a fiberglass kit like this, you're obviously going to run into roadblocks when installing it and just getting everything to line up, and that's exactly what happened here. The side skirts were rubbing against the door, so I had to shift them a little bit. The rear bumper was sitting super tight around the over fenders. Didn't help that the car was in a rear end collision previously, so aligning that bumper was a little tough. The front bumper didn't have mounts for the high beams and the fog lights, so those had to get custom fab, and just a bunch of other things. But boys, all that aside, I'm so happy to present the Soarer version 2 is now officially done. It took me over 6 months to get the car to look like this. That's 6 months of my first time doing bodywork, my first time welding, my first time fabbing, my first time building custom over fenders, my first time building custom front fenders, my first time wrapping. I couldn't be more happy with how this car turned out. So without further ado, I present to you guys the Soarer version 2. Honestly, the car mechanically drives so good. I was able to do a few pulls here and there. This thing drives freaking perfect. Yeah, this JZ is just stupid healthy from what it seems like. So I'm super pumped about that. The only things wrong with the car are literally things I touched. For instance, front wheel rubbing, as of right now, when I turn. But yeah, like the front wheels rubbing, the rear fitment being out of whack, so making it feel like it's lopsided. This power steering rack, which I knew it was gone before I went on the test drive, so I'll blame me. But everything else, like mechanically and everything, this thing is just sound. It's so good, and I'm excited to get it back to 100%. Regarding what I'm gonna do with these wheels, I honestly don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. There's like a few ways I could go about it. I could either sell them and just get a new set and not deal with this, which is what I'm leaning towards, because if I do plan to drift a car, drifting on 12 wides is kind of stupid. You're just asking to have like axle and differential problems from just the weight of the wheel. The other thing I could do is I could run these wheels, but I'd have to throw a lot of camber out the cars. But yeah, I could throw a ton of camber front and rear on this thing, but then that kind of takes away tire life too. So I don't know. There's every sign is pointing me to get rid of these wheels. I love the way they look. I think they fit this car so well, but you know, with playing the smart route, I feel like these things gotta go, and I just gotta get something that actually fits the car. So if you guys see the next EP, me unboxing some new wheels, or me with some new wheels, you guys know why. But yeah, besides that, the thing drives great. I just filled it up, I threw some gas in it. Now it's back onto the jack stands for hopefully like another week or two, not more. Let's say less than a week.